Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our next DevBites from Inflection Games. I'm Aaryn Flynn, CEO here at Inflection.
And I'm Neil Thompson, our director and head of audio.
Yeah, it's been a while since one of these. It's a cold February day here in Edmonton. Happy to say that Canada has advanced to the semifinals at Olympic hockey after an absolute nail-biter with Czechia. Amazing, amazing game. Watched it this morning. I also saw the U.S. has advanced as well against Sweden, so good for the U.S. Just some phenomenal hockey being played. The Olympics have made overall just amazing this year. It's been so good to watch. I hope you all get to enjoy them and get to participate in them and get to appreciate them. So, with that, next news.
Still don't understand hockey.
Yeah, I mean, you're Canadian. Neil's actually Canadian citizen, believe it or not. So he is a Canadian citizen now, as well as being English.
Although I think they're going to rescind that based upon that.
Yeah, so now that you're alive on that, they've got you recording saying that. That's probably not very good. Okay, but it is the second anniversary of Nightingale's launch.
It is. Happy second anniversary, Realm Walkers. I think, and it's certainly it's hard to believe that it's been 2 years since we launched Nightingale.
Yeah.
So much has happened in that time. Some of it good, some of it not so great. But here at Inflection, we have persisted. We have survived.
Yeah, we have, and it's been a pretty crazy. Just even since the Christmas break, we've actually grown a little bit. Some new folks have joined us, which is awesome to see. We've been working on 2 new projects along with a little bit of Nightingale, and we'll talk about that in a second. But it's been good. I feel really happy about things. I think we're really enjoying the work, and the team's enjoying the work that we're doing. But the industry remains a wild ride, and we'll be off to GDC soon to go and talk to more people about that. And we might give one more dev update probably after GDC. But yeah, second anniversary, crazy to think about. So a little bit of news on the second anniversary stuff. First of all, our update is now live. We actually have been working on an update. It's a smaller update, to be fair. Lots of balance tweaks, lots of little bug fixes in there as we've been doing that, working on other projects. But we're happy with it, and it's a nice thing to always get out there and keep, constantly thinking about Nightingale and how to make it better. And then maybe in more kind of interesting news, if you're playing multiplayer, is we now support crossplay between the Epic Game Store and Steam, which is nice. You might have noticed that about 5 months ago, we went as the free game on the Epic Game Store. Thanks so much to Epic for supporting us in that. And we had a lot of people download and try out Nightingale, like millions and millions of people. And that was awesome. But we didn't have crossplay enabled for that. So we do now, and so if you still have it for Epic Game Store, you're able to play with your Steam friends if that's what you choose, and that's available now. So I hope you enjoyed playing it that way too.
Yeah, and more exciting news, as of tomorrow, it will be 80% off. So there we go.
Yeah, that's a time to jump into stuff. Then 80% off. It's our biggest discount ever. We thought, what better way to say thank you to all of our fans who've supported us by letting you tell your friends there's no better time to jump into the game now, 80% off. We've been talking to some folks around the industry, and they've had some success doing these really deep discounts, and so we're keen to try it too and see how it goes. But if you haven't picked it up or you hear about it, hopefully 80% off is the right threshold for you, and you're excited to give it a try at that amount of money.
It's a lot of game for that.
It is a lot of game, yeah. And that's just the way of things nowadays. As games reach this point in their life cycle, and you want to get more people to try them, you got a discount. Steam's supporting us in that too, which is awesome. So we'll see a bit of placement on that too, which will be really cool. And thanks again to Steam for that. That's almost it for our update. Of course, we still very much believe in Nightingale. We've loved our time on it, and we love thinking about more adventures we can do with Puck and the crew in Nightingale. We're just keen to wrap up these projects that we're working on, solidify those things, and then definitely get back to it and think of how we're gonna take Nightingale to its next evolution.
Yeah, and I think a lot of these tweaks and bug fixes that we do we call them small releases, but I think they're really important because Nightingale, as it sits, is a complete game. You can start and complete Nightingale within Nightingale City, and I think a lot of the tweaks that we've done and just ease out some of those friction points that players have had along the way, and I think they're super important. They're as vital as any kind of new content would be to a game like Nightingale. When we do these dev bites, obviously we look at the comments and how they're received. People talk about, we talk about the challenges of the games industry, and I think it's super important that we absolutely believe in Nightingale, and we believe that it has a future. But the commercials and realities and of game development are that, you know, we have to support this studio, right? And we have to do what's required to ensure that our developers, you know, are paid, right, for what they do. So while we focus on these other projects in the short term, Nightingale remains as a, you know, a beacon of light for the future, I think, is, you know, we're very passionate about the IP of Nightingale. We think there are so many more stories to tell within those realms. And we're looking forward to the opportunities to be able to do that again.
Yeah, well said. I can't add much to that, Neil. I totally agree with you. It's exciting to think about what we could do in 2026, getting back to Nightingale as we wrap up the projects.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with that, stay warm out there, folks. If you live in a cold climate, hope you had a good start to your 2026. We're feeling good about it. And yeah, otherwise, we will see you in sometime the next little while. So thanks again from being fans. We really appreciate it. And from everyone else here at Inflection Games, thank you so much.